Hi, Nomi.
Hello.
Show me your current location.
Our current location is Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates.
So guys, we got insurance registrations to talk about. Take a look. NIO had 3,900 insurance registrations last week, lower than the week before and the week before that. Lower than Xpeng because Xpeng has the Mona MO3, which is the cheaper sedan, and the Zeekr. Zeekr obviously has the 7X, and also lower than Xiaomi, which is kind of interesting. But of course, we don't have Envo on this list, meaning that Envo's weekly insurance registrations has not reached above 2,100 yet to topple and get the number 10 spot. Now, looking at overall compared to luxury brands, you can see NIO's still doing well above Lexus and Volvo, which is great. However, it is less than Zeekr, which is kind of a bummer in my opinion. Now, if you look at the data from the week before, NIO had 4,700 deliveries at number 5 spot, which is, not pretty good, all right? The week before, I'd say it's pretty good, 4,700. And then the week before that, NIO had 4,500 at the number 3 spot. So definitely you want to see the number above 4,000, which is kind of a really nice number for NIO. But if you add everything up, 4,500 plus 4,700 plus 3,900, you are looking at 13,100 insurance registrations for October as of the 20th of October. So until the end of the month, which is October 31st, there's still 11 days for NIO to do deliveries for this month. And doing some extrapolation, you can tell that 2/3 right now, it's 2/3 and we got 19,650. Well, if you do extrapolation, the whole month you're looking at 19,650 deliveries, or roughly 20,000, which is on par for what NIO's been doing for the past few months. So I would not be disappointed with this number at all. This is actually just normal fluctuation. This is nothing out of the ordinary, and we can actually expect deliveries in the latter half of the month to pick up. Now, one possible reason for this decline in deliveries in this last week could be because of the recent subsidy. What do I mean by that? So, on October 10th, they announced the fact that people ordering the car after October 10th can get up to 2,000 to 3,000 RMB in charging or swapping subsidy. Now, of course, the people that ordered the car beforehand, they missed out on this. So what some of them might do is they might complain to their sales rep. They might, make a fuss about it, whine about it, and some people will tell the sales rep to get me this subsidy, right? It's 2,000, 3,000, which is like around 600, 700 US dollars for free. Like, who wouldn't want that, right? Say you can have 600 or 700 US dollars for free. So what they would do is they would actually redo the order, basically. All right, cancel the order and replace the order, and hence, if they do that, then of course their delivery time gets pushed back, which means some of the people that were supposed to take delivery of the cars last week, because of the subsidy, they wanted in on the subsidy, so they replaced their order, and their delivery time is probably going to be pushed back a little bit. Okay, and that's perfectly normal. And this new subsidy incentive, which lasts until the end of the year, it's really going to help boost sales. All right. Well, you might say, hey, how come this isn't really decreasing the orders? Like, if the subsidy is so good, shouldn't there be more people reordering the car? Well, the thing is, when you place down your order for the car and you put in your 5,000 RMB deposit, you have 72 hours to change your mind. Okay, so 72 hours, that's actually 3 days. But those people that missed out on the 72-hour period and have already had their orders sent to the factory, well, too bad, so sad. You can't really cancel the order anymore, because if you do, you lose out on that 5,000 RMB deposit, and of course even though you want to cancel and get that 3,000, it's not worth it, right? You're losing 5,000 to gain 3,000 in subsidy. That's just not worth it. So you're still seeing some people that, they missed out on it. So they're just going to go through with the purchase and they're still going to take delivery of the car. But those people that place their orders and within 72 hours, this subsidy thing was announced, then of course they're going to cancel it, obviously, and then replace the order, make sure they get in on the subsidy. Or of course they're going to find some way to get the sales rep to help them cancel the order, which I think can also be done as long as the order isn't produced by the factory yet. Okay, so they sent the order to the factory. If it's not produced, there are ways that they can get things done. Now, what's going on with NIO stock, man? NIO stock's been retracing, pulling back quite substantially from the highs of 7.7 all the way now down to 5.14. Holy crap. Is this pullback over? What's going on? Now, whilst NIO stock isn't exactly oversold here on the daily chart, so this right now we're on the daily chart, RSI measures overbought and oversold. We can tell, NIO was significantly overbought when it was at the $7-ish, right? Overbought. Kind of sent some warning signals. And then now it's pulling back, but it's not oversold yet on the daily chart. However, on the 4-hour chart, it is very oversold. And it is, in fact, more oversold than it was back when it was at 3.7. Okay? And you can see the 4-hour momentum is, it shifted to negative momentum, but then now it's curling back. And very soon we could see it shift to positive momentum again. And this is very healthy pullback to, some of the guys that bought here, they took profits. And of course, this is, just a healthy pullback. I don't expect NIO to come back down to 3.7-ish ever again. But that's just my personal opinion. Also, on the 1-hour chart, you can see it's reflecting the same thing. NIO stock is extremely oversold. All right, oversold, especially on Thursday, Friday. It was extremely oversold to the extent that it was more oversold than it was back here at 3.6-ish, 3.7-ish. Okay, so that could indicate that there has been too much selling and we could potentially turn around. Okay, and I think if you look at the overall picture, this $5.14 mark has been a pretty good support area. And if you look at the pullback ranges, here are the pullback ranges. So fib retracement, all right, here, fib retracement, all the way up here. You see a 61.8% retracement perfectly lines up at the 5.17 level. So in all indications, this should be like a temporary bottom. Okay, I personally don't expect NIO stock to drop any further. I think this right now is the end of the pullback before a further move up. But that's just my personal opinion, not financial advice. If we get some bad news, we can definitely keep on dropping. But I only see lots of indications of good news coming forward for NIO, especially when it comes to record high deliveries with Onvo helping out, and of course the new cars coming soon. Of course, in Europe, in the UAE, NIO is also there, which is fantastic. So that's just what I see things. We are oversold, overextended to the downside. So this is a very big discount, a bargain opportunity in my personal opinion. And if I miss this run, I would be buying here. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I look at things, okay?